Now I'm going to discuss with you grounds of judicial review. My dear students, there are as many as 5 grounds. Let's discuss them one by one. First ground is proportionality. The second ground of judicial review is unreasonableness. And third ground of judicial review is procedural impropriety. The fourth ground of judicial review is illegality. And fifth ground of judicial review is, ladies and gentlemen, irrationality. Now let's discuss what is proportionality. My dear students, proportionality means that action should not be more drastic than it ought to be for obtaining the desired results. It covers some common ground with reasonableness. Proportionality is a course of action which could have been reasonably followed and should not be excessive or severe, etc. Legal principle of proportionality acts in favor of reliability and predictability. This means, ladies and gentlemen, that administrative action should be proportionate to the end pursued by the law. Next ground of judicial review is unreasonableness. Let's discuss it. Dear students, unreasonableness means that either the facts do not warrant the conclusion reached by the authority, or the decision is partial and unequal in its operation. Unreasonableness of an action as a ground cannot be passed in the sense that it is not reasonable, but in the sense that it is discriminative or partial or operate unequally between different classes, or manifestly unjust or mala fide or oppressive or gross interference with the rights of the people, that no justification can be found in the mind of reasonable man. Next ground of judicial review is procedural impropriety. Now let's discuss and understand what is meant by it. This means that the procedure for taking administrative decision and action must be fair, reasonable and just. When a legislative, quasi-legislative, judicial or quasi-judicial action is called in question before any superior court for judicial review, the court is quite competent to examine whether such actions suffer from any procedural infirmity of such a grave nature that it goes to the very root of validity of such action. Such actions are always liable to judicial review, ladies and gentlemen. My dear students, next ground of judicial review is illegality. Dear students, illegality as a ground for judicial review means that the decision maker must understand correctly the law that regulates his decision-making power and must give effect to it. जो last ground of judicial review है, that is irrationality. Dear students, irrational decision is the decision which is so outrageous in its defiance of logic and moral standards that no sensible person who had applied his mind to the question to be declared could have arrived at.